Okay, I'm going back to the most important 4 or 5 pages of this entire water report, called Implementation and Costs. All right. So you have implementation. Here's an overview. And let me go ahead and do that. The improvements outlined in this are proposed to allow City of Granby meet proposed water demands through 2034. Okay. The well house number 1 improvements, I don't even know why, because they're not even, they're not doing anything other than using well house number 1 for well number 1 for essentially an emergency use here. And so fixing the concrete, a few things. Now this is from well number 1 from 1906, and its tower, which you see, next to Caboose coming into Granby, is from 1906. And this has been kept up pretty good, but it still is over 100 years old. But they were talking about improving that well house. Okay? Short term. Alright, table 9 here. So, the biggie is the groundwater storage facility, which would cost $750,000 or so, they think. Okay. Page 9, number 1. 9, number 2. Okay. Short-term projects, $20,000, which would be for the well house. Installation of backup power generators at well numbers 1 and 2, $100,000. Construction new groundwater storage facility, and this is the big one, 2015, $750,000. And then telemetry system installation, I guess this is for the the electronics for automatic pumping, whatever. So a total of $970,000, but the big thing is $750,000, total of $970,000, which is $30,000 less than $1 million. Okay, opinion of cost, $20,000, $100,000. Distribution system improvements, $100,000, which they mean fix the leaks. Maintenance, take care of leaks which haven't occurred yet. Water line extensions, unknown. Well, they said that no, it shouldn't be necessary because outside of Granby, people dig their own damn wells. Okay, $10,000 for water meters. Okay, capital improvements could be incorporated into water budgeting thing. Water budget fund. We'll see Granby's current water fund, it has a surplus. It had $79,000 surplus. Okay. The O&M, the budget. In short, to get more money, to get we'll go ahead and cover that. Okay. Proposed City of Water Budget Fund. Okay, sorry. Past City of Water Budget Fund. They went ahead and collected $183,814. Now, they probably had slightly over $1 million operating budget. But the expenses, you have the salaries, all that. Total water expenses, $104,000. Net water fund income, $79,014. This is number 3. So they had a profit of $79,000. Proposed City of Water Fund budget. Well, if they go ahead and start working on fixing well house number 1, they would have pretty well the same expenses, but they would have slightly, they would draw in the same amount of money, but they would have, $10,000 at least on the first one, so they would have $9,000 less, fund income. Okay. So, Here we come. On page 4-5, project financing. Grant opportunities. So they're going to go ahead. It should consist of seeking out, begging for money for water systems. And just like Marilyn Russman, the county commissioner said, oh, we do that all the time. Well, yes. But, okay. Loan and grant opportunity. Now, this was put, highlighted in yellow, probably by T. Rampage Gamble. So, Granby's estimated 2011, income is $24,307. If they have to pay 2%, they're supposed to be paying $40.53. For water rates, in order to get it, they'd have to raise their water rate by $229 in order to get the free money. That is where T. Rampage Gamble and the rest of the city council have used to go and raise the rates, because they wanted to get the free money. But to get the free money, sort of like a windfall or a slush fund, because they haven't been building any new water system. What they do is been raising the rates so they can go ahead and get the free money. They don't get the free money, but they go ahead and you still have raised rates. So that is the heart of the scam that they've been pulling. Water rate increase. 20,000, 100,000, 750,000. 100,000. So they're talking about renting it, doing it out for 20 years at 5%. So increase probably over 7 years. It's recommended a minimum the city commence with a rate increase as soon as possible. So that's why this water system is recommended adding a minimum. The city commenced a water rate increase as soon as possible. So once they got done with this here, it was pretty well dead on the rate. It was just used as as an excuse to go ahead and raise the rates, like T. Rampage Gamble and the rest of these city council critters wanted. They haven't worked on building a water tower for well number 3. They still go ahead and pump it, and they use power, and they use, pretty well they use generators to pump the water from well number 3 over to well number 2 and its water tower on Tower Road. They have no intention of building. They have no intention of building they have no intention of building a new water tower, but yet they went ahead and raised the water rates. Alright, so this is the most important pages of this 2014 water study right here. And essentially what they did is they recommended at a minimum that they raise the water rates by 2.3 times, or essentially over 2 times. And they didn't do that, but they did go ahead and raise it, and still no new water tower in sight. So Pastor Martin Linstead, it is about 5 minutes till. Hail victory.